Alrighty guys, welcome back to Cobra Vids. We're going to do a service on our Pulsar 12,000 watt generator. It's what supplies power to our house when Texas loses its power. And we're going to check on the filter, we're going to change the spark plug, and we're going to change the oil in it. We're going to blow out the air filter and everything and make sure that it is good to go for another summer, as tornado season's coming, and that comes with all of the fun weather that knocks the power out. So here we go guys. First thing, I went ahead and I pulled the spark plug out. The spark plug for this one is an LG F7TC, and the plug that we chose to replace it with is a cross-referenced NGK BPR7ES, and I compared the gap setting. The gap setting is exactly the same as what is on the stock plug. This is what came with it here, and we're going to go ahead and get that swapped out. We got some oil. Here is our oil that we're going to be putting into it, 530 full synthetic. This is the one we did when we first started using it. It's the same weight, same brand, so we're going to do pretty good. We're going to use up what's in here and then top it off. Alright, so I got the chain off and it was pressing up against this, so preventing me from getting the filter off. So we'll go ahead and pop this baby off. Oops, let's get the bottom side done. Get this off here. Come on. And I just wanted to take this off and see if I could... Is that all it is? That's it, huh? Well, that's not very plugged up. We're gonna have to air up our compressor, blow it out, and yeah, that ain't much. So the drain plug for the oil is right here, so I might not have to pull this whole box off after all. So here's the dipstick. It's right there. Let's take a look at this oil. Oil's not too bad. It is definitely dirty. I've seen worse, so we're going to get it changed before it does get bad. Alright, now I got my cup sitting under there. Let's see if I can wedge it under there so I don't have to hold it. We got to sit here and make sure we don't overflow. Yeah, that oil is looking pretty bad. I'm glad we're able to get it going right now. So all we're going to do is drain that out, and when it's all drained out, we'll come back. Alright, so as you can see, the oil is just dribbling out. We're going to let it drain out until it starts dripping, and then we'll put some oil in it, and we'll even test fire this, and then we'll tell you what we think about it. Alrighty, while we're waiting for the oil to finish draining, I just wanted to show you this again, how this filter comes in and out. That is definitely how it goes in. There's no restriction in here. I kind of knocked it out a bit. I think it's going to be okay. So we're just going to put this cover back on. The spark plug is in the back here, right there where the spark plug wire is, right there. And the size that I used to take this off and put this on was a 13/16 spark plug socket. There you go. Let's go back underneath. Okay, so the oil has stopped. At some point, a new crush washer would be good for this. It's kind of like motorcycles. It's got a little crush washer to help it seal. But we'll be able to see if it leaks pretty easily. I'm going to get this last of this oil out of here before I knock it over and make a big old mess. I probably got to get a little funnel to start putting the oil in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, when you're checking the oil, this generator, you got to twist it all the way in and then bring it all the way back. But one tip is that when you are unscrewing it, make sure that it doesn't dip down the actual stick. So just keep it straight as can be and then pull it straight out. And then you'll be able to look at the level, the oil level, and it looks like it's just right at the top of that low mark. So we'll add some more oil in there. We're almost done. We're almost out. Okay, it's right, it's just below the halfway mark. Let me get a little bit more in there. When I put oil in these 4-stroke engines, I usually go above the halfway mark because they will use some, and you don't want it to go too low. Of course, these have a auto safety shutoff for the engine, so that if the oil does go too low, it will shut off. I believe that's what that component right there is. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Let's see where we're at. It's probably going to be just above the halfway mark, if not right at, which will be good enough for me. Yeah, it's just above the halfway mark. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get the shine in there. A little bit above the halfway mark. So we're going to go ahead and call that good. All right. Woohoo! Very nice. So we're all completely out of oil now. We have none to top it off, but it shouldn't need any more until next season when I do this. I'll change the plug every year so that it'll run as clean and efficiently as possible. Alrighty, so very soon I'm going to pour a concrete slab for this to keep it up off the ground, but I want a concrete slab. So we will be doing that really soon, and we might bring that to our channel. We might not. I don't know how much of my concrete work that you guys can stand. Alright, so right now I just got it setting up on these bricks. It works. It's not exactly what I want, but it will work for now. So, okay, so we got this here tightened. We got the dipstick tightened. And by the way, this particular generator will also run off of propane. So I do have propane bottles just in case. Like the last power outage we had, gas stations weren't working, and I was running out of fuel. If I had my full propane tanks, I could have attached in here and ran this on propane. But you gotta run the fuel bowl out dry before you start using propane. Here's the battery right here. It's basically a motorcycle battery. Pretty much, we got to make sure that this thing stays charged, or we'll be pulling the pull handle like a lawnmower on that side there to get it started. So, okay, so I don't see anything else that I can really do, but so we changed the oil, we changed the spark plug, we checked the filter. Now let's run it and see how she runs with the new parts and new oil. To start this generator up, there is a switch right here. You push it upward to start. But first, we're going to need something. Like most engines, you have a petcock. The fuel is off. We turn the fuel on. We make sure that the choke is closed. Now let's reach under there and push that button to get this thing to fire up.